Welcome to Liberation Lens, where stories unfold beyond the headlines and perspective truly matters. History isn't finished, it's unfolding. This is Liberation Lens. Perspective matters.
Gaza is bleeding. And apparently, the world has looked away. As Israeli bombs level entire neighborhoods, and over 56,000 Palestinian lives are lost, one might ask, where is the outrage? This is Liberation Lens. Perspective matters. Dear listeners and viewers, the Israeli Prime Minister continues to speak the language of annihilation, openly vowing to eliminate Gaza, as though a city of 2 million people were a military base. The United States, far from acting as a peacemaker, arms and shields the aggressor, funneling billions into a military machine already devastating an occupied people. The United Nations releases statements, but no consequences. The International Court of Justice and the International Criminal Court investigate, but take no decisive action to stop the carnage. Even the Arab world, once seen as the moral counterbalance, now remains largely silent, tied by diplomacy, politics, or complicity. But perhaps, that it is profitable, might be the most chilling revelation of all. A groundbreaking UN report titled, "From Economy of Occupation to Economy of Genocide" lays bare some truth. This is not only a war, it is a business. And in that business, the bombs, the bulldozers, the surveillance systems, and the data tracking aren't just Israeli, they're global. This is not just genocide, it is genocide for profit. And which are the corporations behind it? You know their names? This is the story the world must hear. The economy of genocide unmasked. Let's begin with the powerful and alarming new UN report just published, authored by Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese. It is titled "From Economy of Occupation to Economy of Genocide." The report reveals deeply unsettling details about corporate complicity in Gaza's ongoing tragedy. According to Albanese, more than 60 international corporations are profiting from or enabling Israel's military operations in Gaza. They include well-known names like Lockheed Martin, Palantir, Caterpillar, Volvo, Microsoft, and Amazon. The report explicitly states that these high-tech military tools, supplied and financed by global corporations, have directly facilitated Israel's campaign on Gaza. It states that the campaign has resulted in the deaths of over 56,000 Palestinians, the destruction of 80% of Gaza's homes, and the creation of life-threatening conditions. On warfare machinery, the report specifically highlights Lockheed Martin's F-35 jets, reportedly used in beast mode bombing raids. It also points to Caterpillar and Volvo heavy equipment, explicitly used to demolish Palestinian homes, facilitating forced displacement. In technology and surveillance, the report explains that Palantir and Microsoft provide advanced data analytics technologies, crucial for identifying Palestinian targets. Additionally, IBM has been cited for managing biometric databases instrumental in this targeting. Financially, banks such as BNP Paribas and asset managers like Vanguard have been identified as the backbone funding these operations. They reportedly do so through substantial purchases of Israeli war bonds, effectively underwriting ongoing violence. Furthermore, corporations involved in supply chains are reported to profit directly from services linked to illegal Israeli settlements. These corporations include Airbnb and Booking.com. Their activities are reported to be perpetuating the occupation. They have been found to list properties located in Israeli settlements within the occupied Palestinian territories, OPT. This practice has drawn widespread criticism from human rights organizations and legal experts. But why does Albanese use the term economy of genocide? She frames it as a system where colonial control and genocide have become profit-driven enterprises. According to the report, corporations are not merely bystanders. They are co-architects of violence, providing critical hardware, technology, logistics, and financial resources. On page 12, the rapporteur explicitly states that the genocide in Gaza has not stopped because it is lucrative and profitable for too many. Given these findings, the report urgently calls for concrete global actions. This includes a complete arms embargo on Israel, and sanctions and legal accountability for the corporations involved. Specifically, it argues that governments should freeze corporate assets and hold companies legally responsible. Albanese further recommends that both the International Criminal Court and national courts investigate and prosecute corporate executives complicit in genocide. Drawing on historical precedents, the report references the Ig Farben trials of Nazi collaborators and South Africa's apartheid tribunals. This emphasizes the legal imperative to hold corporate complicity accountable. Why does this matter globally? The report not only exposes Western complicity but highlights how global capitalism continues to fuel atrocities. Crucially, it shifts accountability beyond state actors, focusing instead on the extensive corporate networks enabling and profiting from violence. With the International Court of Justice currently investigating genocide claims, corporate complicity emerges as a central issue of international concern. From the Liberation Lens perspective, this report is more than just a statement. It's a profound call to action. It unmasks capitalism's role, defense contracts, big tech surveillance, and financial instruments, all weaponized against civilian populations. The conclusion is clear. True justice demands more than dismantling weapons. It demands dismantling the profit-driven networks that sustain them. In Gaza, children are buried under rubble while shareholders cash in. The UN has spoken. The facts are no longer hidden. This is not a distant tragedy. It is an international investment. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, from European boardrooms to military-industrial complexes, the genocide in Gaza is not just permitted. It is enabled, engineered, monetized. Corporations provide the hardware. Tech giants offer the surveillance. Financial institutions underwrite the bombs. Genocide, once a crime against humanity, has become a line item in a global portfolio. And yet, justice stalls. The International Criminal Court issues statements while the killing continues. The UN wrings its hands, but refuses to act. The Arab world, fractured by diplomacy and fear, whispers instead of roars. But silence is complicity. And neutrality in the face of oppression is not peace, it is betrayal. The report is not just a document. It is a mirror held up to our world. The report is asking the question: will we let profit eclipse humanity? Will we allow corporations to dictate the value of a human life? True justice demands more than aid. It demands accountability. True justice demands that we dismantle not just the bombs, but the supply chains, the financial flows, the silence that fuels them. Because if we do nothing, this will not end in Gaza. It will be repeated. Let us be the generation that did not look away. This is Liberation Lens. Perspective matters.
You have just seen the world through a different lens. Subscribe, comment, share, and help amplify voices that deserve to be heard. Until next time, keep looking deeper. Liberation Lens. Perspective matters.